On the dividend news, we do have a couple, or I guess a lot of dividend hikes, but we'll start off with the first one, which is actually a dividend cut. So Estee Lauder actually cut its dividend by 47%, from 66 cents to 35 cents quarterly. But on the good side, guys, we do have Visa, which they did announce a 13% dividend hike to 59 cents per share. We also have ExxonMobil, which hiked its dividend by 4.2% to 99 cents quarterly. And we also have AbbVie, which hiked its dividend by 5.8% to $1.64. And then these other ones, I'm going to be flying through them real quick. So MPC actually hiked its dividend by 10%. We also have Rockwell Automation, which hiked its dividend to 4.8%. As well, we do have TNC, which hiked its dividend by 5.4%, marking 53 consecutive years of dividend increases. And the fifth to last one, guys, we have COP announced a 34.5% dividend hike to 78 cents. And as well, Simon Properties hikes another dividend hike by 2.4% to $2.10. And the third to last one that we do have, guys, is ticker symbol AMCR, which hiked its dividend by 2%. And then we do have DHSI, which hiked the dividend by 33.3%. And the last one that's not really a dividend hike, but some pretty interesting information, is that Nvidia will be added to the Dow Jones Industrial Average, replacing Intel. What's up, everybody? This is Antonio here, bringing you episode 263 of the portfolio update. So you guys already know it's Sunday. It's time to go over the portfolio, what I bought, what I sold, what dividends came in, and how much we grew the dividend snowball. But guys, in this episode, we will be going over 5 companies that are expected to announce dividend hikes in the month of November. Very awesome. We did get some dividend hikes this past week on some of my companies that I am invested, completely passive, guys. We got a raise for doing absolutely nothing. But you guys already know, every single Sunday, guys, we come back, we check out our portfolio, how much your portfolio is projected to make in passive income. This is putting in our active income into the portfolio, converting that into passive income. Active income is when you go to work, you have to work to get paid. Passive income, we don't really have to do anything. For our case, is I've been converting that for the past almost 6 years now. And guys, my portfolio is making $365 in passive income, where I don't have to do anything. As well, we do get capital appreciation and so on. But guys, if we look at the annual dividends, you'll see that we have $4,088.02 we've made in 2024 so far. We've actually made way more. I'm just catching up on videos, which, as you'll see here, guys, on quarterly dividends, you'll see Q3, guys, $69.30 we made for the month of July or so. So I did make that video, guys. I did forget to actually schedule it to post it, so I'll probably post it for Monday or Tuesday, and then I'll try to record another video for the month of August, and then we'll catch up with September, and then we'll wrap it up with October, and then hopefully I can stay on track with it. But you'll see here, guys, on the options, we actually didn't make anything. We'll look at here for option return, 5.40% return on premium on my money invested. Cannot complain, guys. This is a cherry on top. This is on top of the dividends, on top of the gains, and definitely am happy with those returns. If we do look at the options, we actually didn't make anything, which I probably need to update that. But yeah, so far November $0, but in total for the year $6,752.75, which I'm super happy with. If we do look at the dividend payout, we do have a couple companies. There's actually one that went ex-dividend date this week, which was Costco. I went ahead and bought $25 because I do have a goal, and we do have these 2 companies that actually announced dividend raises for us, where we didn't have to do anything for this: Microsoft, Lockheed Martin, and then we just got Visa. So later in the video, I'll kick off the scripts. You'll see that Visa should pop up, hopefully. And then if I do show you guys here the goals, which is what kind of keeps us focused, keeps us on track, and make sure that we'll see where we end up by the end of December. But the first one, guys, is to reach 20,000 subscribers. This is more towards my YouTube channel. So if you're new to the channel or a return viewer that hasn't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Subscribe with the notifications, completely free. As well, if you guys wouldn't mind, go ahead and drop a big thumbs up on the video. Helps out the channel a lot. Definitely appreciate it, guys. And then goal number 2 is to average about $425 per month in dividends, guys. We are kind of far away from this, and we only have about 2 more months in the year, so we'll see where we end up. We're going to keep hustling. We'll see where we end up with that. And then goal number 3 is to reach $126,000 invested of my own money, which we are at $124,976.84. So about $1,000 more to go. We'll achieve this goal, and I think we'll definitely do it. I'm gonna aim for it, and we'll see what happens there. And then goal number 4, guys, which is to dollar cost average $100 into the portfolio at a minimum. No matter what the market's doing, will help us achieve that previous goal. And you know, if the market continues doing a pullback, we're gonna probably drop a little bit more money. Again, I'm a little bit tight on money this year, but overall, I will put a little bit more money. I'm trying to put money in this portfolio that I don't need, and that is the reason why you know, I'm trying my best to not pull money out of this portfolio. Obviously, there's certain circumstances that I will have to eventually if I can't meet certain things, but my you know, what I'm trying to stay very disciplined and only put money here that I don't need to touch for 10-15 years. And we'll see what happens if we continue doing that. And then goal number 5 is to drip an additional $25 every time a company is about to go ex-dividend. Costco was going ex-dividend, so I bought another $25. And you know, what happens there is that it forces me to add a little bit more towards the portfolio. It allows me to meet the ex-dividend date, and those little crumbs do drip, and in the long term they compound very nicely. Goal number 6 is to average about $100 per month selling options, guys. We've already surpassed this. And then goal number 7 is to reach 3,000 shares of SCHD. We'll see where we end up by the end of the year. We have 2 more months, so very excited to see where that ends up. And then, guys, if I do show you the portfolio, you'll see that the portfolio is at $272,190.38, and day change was about $874, which is about 0.32%. On the month, change is about down about 0.44%, which was about $1,199. I believe at one point this week we hit $180,000, or yeah, something around that. And it was very exciting because, guys, I can't wait till we hit 300K. That'll be a huge milestone for us there. You know, it was a very hard journey trying to reach to 100K, and then you know, the 100K to 200K was a lot quicker. And then we'll look at the positions here, guys. You'll see that we do have on gains $33,753.93, which is about 14.16%. In the green, cash available is about $52.26. This is my current position so far. SCHD, we're not close to 3,000. We're still about, what, 300 shares or so more. $2,681. No, sorry, 2,681 shares, almost 82 shares. And then we have $1,200 invested into SNXXX. Earnings at a little bit over 5% return, a little to no risk, and super awesome there. If we do look here at the, I guess, performance, we're up in gains by $65,315.25, and then that's a 32.28%. If we look at the I guess projected income, you'll see we are estimated to make about $8,135.79, averaging about $677.98, which again, I don't believe this is 100% accurate, especially because after the SCHD dividend cut, I guess not SCHD dividend cut, but the stock split itself, I believe this should actually go down some. And then I believe I sold out of SNXXX, so I don't think all of this is 100% accurate. We're really in the, this should be by half, so it should be in the 300s, but we'll see when that gets updated. If we do look at the transaction history here, guys, we'll see that we have it till the 28th all the way till the 3rd of November, which didn't really do much this week. On the 28th, I bought some Costco, so $25 worth of Costco. Again, they were going ex-dividend. I do have that goal that forces me to deposit more, so I deposit $125, $100 cost average, and then $25 to buy Costco. We did get that margin interest from when I was selling cash secure puts on my Microsoft. I guess because I held almost $80,000 in margin, they charged me about $82.95. But guys, in the premium we were making way before we got assigned, we definitely offset that very, very nicely. We do look on the 31st on Halloween, we bought Microsoft and then we bought $100 worth of it, bought about almost a quarter of a share, and you know, can't complain there at 406. And then guys, the cash dividend from SNSXX hit the account, very, very large, $2.48. Again, we only have about $1,200 or something in it, so not much we'll get from there. But let's go ahead and click this calculate dividends. It adds up all the dividends we collected, which you'll see it was just $2.48 from the SNSXX US Treasury that we do have. But guys, let's go ahead and jump over to the first company, or I guess we do have 5 companies that are expected to announce dividend hikes in the month of November. Let's go ahead and start with the first one, which is ticker symbol HRL. Hormel Foods Corporation, currently trading about $30.92. I am on Seeking Alpha on the dividend scorecard. They are in the consumer staples. Dividend yield is a 3.65%. Annual payout is $1.13. Payout ratio is 71.04%. 5-year CAGR is a 6.11%. And then dividend growth is over 58 years. They do pay out quarterly, which they pay out 28 cents for every share you do own every 3 months. I do have these all sorted out by dividend growth. So the ones in the later ones will have a better 5-year CAGR. So if we do look here, guys, we'll go ahead and look at 2023. They were paying 27 cents. And then on the first quarter of 2024, they actually raised it to 28 cents. So typically they do announce a dividend hike on the first quarter. And if we look at 2023 here, you'll see that they typically announce this, or sorry, 2024 typically announced this November 20th, 2023. If we look at 2023 over here, November 21st, 2022. So towards the end of November, we should see a dividend hike from HRL if they do plan to announce a dividend hike. Let's go ahead and move on to the second one, guys, which is ticker symbol MKC, McCormick and Company Incorporated, currently trading about $78.75. They are also in the consumer staples. Dividend yield is a 2.13%. Annual payout $1.68. Payout ratio very low, 55%. 5-year CAGR very nicely, 8.06%. Dividend growth over 37 years. They do pay out quarterly. They pay you out 42 cents every single quarter for every share you do own. If we do look at the dividend history, we'll look here. If we look at actually 2023, on the fourth quarter, or I guess the third quarter of 2023, they were paying 39 cents. On the fourth quarter, they raised it to 42 cents. So we're actually going to be going to the fourth quarter there for us. So if we do look to the right, they typically announce this around November 28th, 2023 was last year. And then the previous one was the 29th of November of 2022. So probably towards the end of November as well, we'll see a dividend hike. But let's go ahead and move on to the third one, guys, which is ticker symbol NKE, Nike Inc., currently trading about $78.06. They are in the consumer discretionary, and dividend yield, guys, is a 1.90%. Annual payout is $1.48. Payout ratio is a 39.78%, and then 5-year CAGR is a little bit over the double digit, so 10.96%. Dividend growth over 11 years. They do pay out quarterly. They pay you out 37 cents for every quarter, or for every share you own quarterly. And then, guys, if we do look at the history, you'll see that 2023, if we look at the third quarter, they were paying 34 cents, and on the fourth quarter, they raised it to 37 cents. So if we look to the right, typically on the fourth quarter, they announced that on November 14th, 2023. The previous year, 2022, they did it on the 15th of November. So probably towards the second or the middle of November when we should see an announcement of dividend hikes from Nike, if they do plan to announce one. And then, guys, let's go ahead and move on to the fourth one, which is ticker symbol HPQ. HP Inc., currently trading about $36.28. They are in the information technology sector, which is a dividend yield of 3.04%. Annual payout ratio is actually a $1.10. Sorry, annual payout is $1.10, and then payout ratio is $32.42%. I'm not sure why I'm getting these numbers mixed up. Sorry about that, guys. I guess I'm still asleep. But 5-year CAGR is 11.46%, and then dividend growth is about 13 years that they've been raising their dividend. They do pay out quarterly, which is about 28 cents every quarter. And then on the dividend history, if we do look, guys, if we look at the third quarter of 2023, they were paying 26 cents. On the fourth quarter, they raised it to 27 cents. So if we look, we're actually on the third quarter right now. They announced that on November 7th, 2023. And then the 2022, they actually announced it on the 22nd. So this one could be somewhere in the middle towards the end of November, but sometime in November if they do plan to announce a dividend raise. And let's go ahead and wrap up the last one, guys, which is ticker symbol AFL. Aflac Incorporated, currently trading about $104.71. They are actually in the financial sector, and they have a dividend yield of 1.91%. Annual payout is $2, and payout ratio is 27.83%. 5-year CAGR is very nice, 12.40%. Dividend growth has been over 41 years. They do pay out quarterly, and they pay out 50 cents every single quarter. If we do look at the dividend history, though, you'll see that if we look at 2023, for example, they were all paying 42 cents, and then on the first quarter of 2024 they raised it to 50 cents. So probably the first quarter of 2025 is when they will announce a dividend hike, if they do plan to have one. So you'll see here that that typically happens on the 1st of November, or on the 8th of November was the 2022 one when they did do that. So maybe towards the beginning of November, maybe this week is when they'll announce it. We'll see what happens. But that is all the companies that are expected to announce dividend hikes in the month of November that I know of. And let's go ahead and wrap up this video, guys, by seeing how much we grew the dividend snowball. So I'll see you guys in the dashboard. Alright, guys, so we're here at the dashboard. We have a copy of this over here, so we can kind of see how much we grew the dividend snowball from buying some Microsoft and Costco. Probably not a big difference there, but if we do look here, guys, I'm going to show you the actual dividend payout. We have some scripts here, so we're going to see if Visa pops up, but we have 4 companies right now. Portfolio tools, get latest dividends. Give it a second or two, this will get wiped. It'll go out and see if any of the portfolio companies in my portfolio announce dividends, which it looks like there is quite a bit of companies this time. So again, I have these tutorials completely available for free, guys. All I ask in return is that you're subscribed with the notification. You drop a big thumbs up on my videos, definitely helps out the channel a lot. We have MasterCard, we have Apple. Apple actually is going extended date very soon, so I'll have to deposit some money for that. And then, guys, we have Visa here, which is on the 12th that they'll be going extended date, and they announced that 13% hike, which was really awesome. And we do have what is it, Microsoft, Google, guys, and looks like I accidentally moved something. We have Google, and then Lockheed Martin. So gotta love it, guys. All this passive income for us. And then if I show you guys here the settings, we can go ahead and get rid of this. Let's go ahead and jump over to Empower, which actually has the latest portfolio purchases from this past week. So I'll see you guys over there. All right, guys, so we're at Empower. This is on the Schwab account. It's actually a green button. Click on it. It's called Copy Holdings. Give it a second or two. This is the scripts I do have completely available for free, guys. That actually copies all the content of my portfolio into the clipboard, which we can paste, and then we can go over here to the actual holdings. This is actually an old snapshot from last week of my portfolio. So if we go to portfolio tools, update portfolio holdings, this will get wiped. It'll parse out the new stuff we just pasted, and we'll see the new update. So let's go ahead and click on it. Give it a second or two. There it goes, guys. We can jump back over here, see everything auto update. And if we look at the projected dividend yield, we're at 1.61% compared to 1.59%. That kind of makes sense because the market had a small pullback. And then on the yield, we're at 1.4%. We're no change there. On the yearly, though, we're now projected to make $4,392.50 compared to $4,383.15. So we did go up slightly. On the monthly, we're at $366.04 now. On the weekly, $84.47. So we went up about 18 cents there. On the day, we did go up by 2 pennies, so $12.03. On the hourly, we're still making 50 cents every single hour. And hourly work wage, this is if our portfolio was to go work a 40-hour work week. They would get paid an hourly rate of $2.11. We're gonna eventually try to get this to minimum wage. We'll see how long that takes, guys. But this is actually all I have for you guys. If you stuck all the way to the very end, let me know by well, I guess go ahead and subscribe with that notification if you haven't subscribed already. Drop a big thumbs up on the video. Definitely appreciate the support, guys. And if you stuck all the way to the very end, let me know by dropping a hashtag raises, because there are quite a couple companies in the month of November that will be announcing dividend raises. Let me know if you own any of those companies in the list. Definitely we'll talk to you guys later. Hopefully I can upload that other video for you guys, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye, guys.